you all about developing arts community programs after school for children in inner city Baltimore. So currently right now, there's about 20 different schools in Baltimore City that do not have any after school programs. And quite frankly, it's not really helping the community in which the children live in. A lot of these communities that the children live in have a variety of issues, from drug abuse to sexual preferences that are controversial. There is a lot of people who feel as though the students need a more focused and direct pathway to learning. So by developing these community arts-based programs, we can push forward a better way for the children to learn and develop their psychosocial skills and their creativity as individuals. So by using AileyCamp Baltimore, we as arts development people, teachers, community officers, and officials in the mayor's office can definitely promote and donate to the arts so that we can build upon these programs. These programs will be after school, usually between the hours of 3:30 and 6. If it needs to go longer for parents who have longer schedules, then we can discuss that. However, the purpose is to really give the students an outlet after school hours. So at these programs, most of the time you have different dance classes as well as arts classes that can go on, such as creative writing and or creative communication, where the children will sit and discuss things that are going on that are pertaining to them as a demographic and or them as just individuals. For instance, the Baltimore riots that just occurred last spring, that was a really trying time for a lot of our students in the Baltimore City area as they lived during that time, and their schools are placed in that vicinity of where that happened. Thus, it is very important that we continue to push them to know that they can be better leaders. So what is the purpose of a community arts school or an after-school program? The purpose is to allow the student to understand that as an individual and as someone who is of minority race, that they can have an equitable opportunity to be better civic engagers, better at their academic achievements, and last but not least, better as creative artists or whatever they want to be. I personally believe that everyone should have some type of artistry, whether that is writing, reading, whatever it is that you do, it's a form of art. Thus, with that being said, by pushing them and giving them the feedback that they need and just the general support that they might not get, whether it's at home or whether it's in the school, they can do that. Some methodology that I used was talking to the AileyCamp staff. So I talked to Ms. Linda Denise Fisher-Harrell, who is the camp director here for AileyCamp Baltimore, as well as some of the group leaders, and then along with my own personal information about AileyCamp, as I was a group leader myself, I used that knowledge to give forth information about the interrelation between the staff and the students, as well as the staff and the parents. These connections that you see between the staff and the parents is very important, because if they don't see people working together for the betterment of them, then they will feel as though their thought process, who they are as people, doesn't matter. So their initial process of the connecting that happens is very important and ideal for them to progress as individuals. And so going off of that, I feel as though we can definitely keep mobilizing and just bringing more awareness to camps like AileyCamp, which will allow us to bridge out into the different schools, as well as community centers, libraries, or anything that's in the community that's already about the betterment of the community as a whole, to definitely bridge the gap between what's going on in our schools versus what's going on outside, and how can we make a huge continuum so that we all can be successful in helping our children.